I see business owners spending $5,000 on new cameras, hiring expensive editors, and obsessing over training audio. Meanwhile, their content still gets 200 views and 0 leads. Your production quality isn't the problem, your ideas are. Most business owners think they need better equipment or fancier editing to succeed with content, but I've seen clients with iPhone videos and basic editing generate millions of views and thousands of leads, while others with Hollywood level production get crickets. I'm Logan Forsyth, and after generating over 6 billion views for our clients across 34 industries, I can tell you the difference between content that works and content that doesn't isn't all about how it looks. Today, I'm going to show you why your strategy matters more than your setup and how to generate unlimited video ideas from what you're already doing in your business. So first, let's get into the strategy versus production myth. Most business owners are optimizing for the wrong thing. They think that content success means a better camera with better editing and training sounds that will lead to more views and sales, but that's completely backwards. What actually determines success is the idea behind the video matters 100 times more than how it's shot. A great idea filmed on an iPhone will outperform a bad idea with a $10,000 setup. Your strategy determines if people care, and production just makes it look nice. There's a ton of viral business content that uses simple setups and basic editing, and the businesses making millions from content focus on ideas first and everything else second. Why business owners get this wrong is because they see polished content from big creators and think that's why it works. They focus on what they can control, which is the equipment, instead of what actually matters, which is the ideas. They don't realize strategy is a skill that needs to be developed. They think good ideas just happen naturally instead of being systematically created, and they copy the surface level stuff and miss the deeper strategy. I have what I call the production trap, where better equipment makes you feel like you're improving without actually improving. You can spend months perfecting your setup while your competitors are testing ideas. Fancy production can actually hurt if your ideas don't connect with your audience, and most business owners use production quality as an excuse to avoid the real work. The real work is understanding your customer and creating ideas they actually care about. See, your business is a content gold mine. The biggest mistake business owners make is thinking that they should only study other people's content for ideas, and many of your best content ideas already exist in your business and you just don't recognize them yet. Every customer interaction is content. Every sales call you take has multiple video ideas hidden in it. Every question a customer asks is content your audience wants to see. Every problem you solve for clients is a potential viral video. Every mistake that you've made is a story that builds trust and authority. Every result you delivered is social proof that converts viewers into customers. So let's go through the daily content audit. First, you have your morning coffee content. So what's the first thing that you check when you get to the office? What fires are you putting out that others might be dealing with too? What industry news or changes are affecting your customers? Then you have your client call content. What questions do they ask in every discovery call? What misconceptions do they have about your industry? What results are they hoping to achieve? And what's holding them back from making decisions? Lastly, we have your end of day content. What problems did you solve today? What mistakes did you prevent a customer from making? And what wins did your team or clients experience? So let's go through some hooks and video topics that are industry specific examples. For accountants, here's some hook examples. My client just saved $47,000 in taxes with this one strategy. The bookkeeping mistake that cost a restaurant owner $180,000. Why your CPA isn't telling you about this deduction. For business coaches, here's 3 hook examples that follow this. My client just went from 60-hour weeks to 25-hour weeks in 90 days. The hiring mistake that's keeping you trapped in your business. Why most business owners calculate profit margins wrong. Here's 3 examples for marketing consultants. This Facebook ad mistake burned through $50,000 in 30 days. This is the landing page change that doubled conversion rates overnight. Why your marketing isn't working, and it's not what you think. By the way, what I'm breaking down for you and sharing for free on this channel is just a fraction of what we do for our clients. We've analyzed tens of thousands of viral videos, fed them into a custom AI to pick up on all the patterns, frameworks, and hooks and more, and then we use that to come in and shape your entire content strategy. We've come in with top tier editing, world-class talent who take charge of your socials, and are typically generating more organic leads than our clients have ever experienced before. Organic leads close at higher rates, they pay more money, stay for longer, refer more people, and are much more profitable because there's no ad spend to acquire them as a customer. Therefore, they are much more valuable for your business. We create floods of organic leads. We split test multiple hooks for every video we're posting for you. And we create omnipresence for your brand across all platforms, all without adding additional time to your plate. We're very selective about who we work with, and you must be doing at least $3 million per year in your business or more. But if you want to work with the best, which is truly what I believe we built with our team and systems, that sounds like you'll see a link in the description below where you can check out our case study training that goes into detail on our service, our content systems, and client results. And after watching the video, you'll have the opportunity to apply and work with our team. Again, we have very limited spots. We're extremely selective about who we work with, but if that sounds like you, make sure to check out the link in the description below and apply to work with us. All right, and now let's get into the content mining framework. So instead of staring at a blank screen, wondering what to post, you can use this approach to extract content ideas from your existing day-to-day operations. Step 1 is the customer question bank. How this works is you can keep a running list of every question that customers ask you, include questions from sales calls, support emails, and casual conversations, and each question becomes a video that positions you as the expert with the answers. Update this list weekly and you will never run out of content ideas. A template you can use for videos like this is the number one question I get asked as your profession is, and then you go into the video. Step 2, you can set up the problem solution library. So document every problem you solve for customers, no matter how small, include the specific steps that you take to solve each problem, and then turn each solution into educational content that demonstrates your expertise. When you're doing this, it's very important to also show the before and after to prove your method works. And a template you can use for this is one of my clients came to me with this specific problem, and here's exactly how he fixed it. Step 3 is the mistake repository. So you can track common mistakes that you see customers making before they work with you. Include mistakes you made in your own business journey, document the cost of these mistakes in dollars, time, or opportunity, and create content that helps people avoid these same mistakes. And a template you can use for this is this mistake is costing your target audience an average of specific amount. And then you go into the video. Step 4 is the results documentation. So you want to keep detailed records of every result that you deliver for customers, and you can include specific numbers, timeframes, and the process that created these results. Then turn each success story into content that builds trust and demonstrates value. You want to focus on transformation in these videos and not just the end result. And a template that you can use is how client type went from bad situation to good situation in X time frame. Step 5 is the industry insight collection. So pay attention to trends, changes, and news in your industry. Notice what your customers are talking about or worried about, document your unique perspective on industry developments, then create content that positions you as the expert who sees what others miss. The template you can use for this is everyone's talking about industry trend, here's what they're missing. And by the way, once you identify a good idea, you can turn it into multiple pieces of content instead of just one video using the content multiplication framework. And this is how you can maximize the value from your best video ideas. So an example of this is you can take one customer success story and then create multiple pieces out of it. One can be the mistake they were making before, this is warning content. One can be the moment they realized they needed help, relatability content. One can be the exact process you used to help them, which is educational content. One can be the results they achieved, which is social proof content. And one can be the industry implications of their transformation, which is authority content. There's also the format multiplication framework, where you can take one core idea and present it as a case study walkthrough, a behind the scenes look at your process, a reaction to an industry trend, a mistake prevention guide, and a results reveal. So here's an example of the content multiplication framework, with the core idea being that a client saved $30,000 in taxes by properly structuring his entities. This can become 5 different videos. First, the entity structure mistake costing business owners $30,000 annually. Second, here's the behind the scenes of how he restructured this client's business in 48 hours and saved him $30,000. Third could be a reaction video. I can't believe my old accountant never told me this. Fourth, the IRS loophole 90% of entrepreneurs don't know about. And fifth, how to know if your business structure is costing you $30,000 or more. There's also the question chain method. So you can start with one customer question, then come up with the answer. Then think about what question that answer creates. Create content for each question in the chain, and each video will naturally lead to the next one. So an example chain would be, first, how much should I spend on my marketing? Then second, how do I know if my marketing is working? Third, what metrics should I track besides revenue? Fourth, how do I improve my marketing ROI? And fifth, when should I hire a marketing team versus an agency? Next is we have the idea testing framework. Not every idea will work, even if it comes from your business. So here's how to test ideas quickly and then double down on what works. You can post the idea as a simple talking head video first, and even use basic editing and focus entirely on the idea itself. Track engagement and comments to see if it resonates, and if it performs well, you can create more polished versions and variations. If it flops, move on to the next idea quickly. What you want to look for is high engagement, where people are commenting with their own experiences, shares and saves, which indicates the content provides real value, direct messages, where people are reaching out asking for more information, sales impact, are qualified leads or sales generated from it, and follow-up questions like comments asking for more details or next steps. Then to tie it all together, we have the iteration strategy, where you can take your best performing ideas and create multiple versions. The biggest hack on social media right now is that you can test different hooks for the same core video. How you do this is maybe you have one video and you record at least 3 different hooks for it. On Instagram, they recently released a new feature called Trial Reels, which is where you can post a reel to your account where it strictly only goes to non-followers and your existing audience doesn't see it and it doesn't show up on your profile feed. You can post the same video with multiple different split tested hooks all on the same day using Trial Reels, then wait 24 to 48 hours, go back, see which video performed the best, and then publish that one to your main feed, where now your audience is going to see it and it's going to show up on your account. This puts you in the best place where you're split testing your hooks and then you're only publishing the top performing content to your main account. Instagram is currently the only platform that has this, but on the other platforms, you can still split test hooks like we do using sub accounts. So instead of just having one account per platform, you can create multiple more per platform that are still branded to you. Let's say you split test 3 hooks per video, then you want to have at least 3 accounts on TikTok, 3 Facebook pages, 3 YouTube channels, 3 Snapchat accounts, etc. And when you have multiple hooks, you can split test them across those accounts to find the winning formats. All of the sub accounts should drive back to your main socials and they'll build up audiences and assets themselves. And you can also add all the accounts into your business manager where you can retarget with low budget ads all the reach and engagement created across all of your accounts, where you usually have a high ROI on these campaigns because now they're warm impressions instead of cold impressions. You can also try different formats on the same winning topic. So you could do a story versus a list versus a how-to. You can experiment with different levels of detail and then create follow-up content that goes deeper on successful topics. When you want to kill an idea is if you see consistently low engagement across multiple attempts, comments show people that don't really understand or care about the topic, you don't see any business impact despite decent view numbers, if the idea doesn't align with your business goals, or you just can't authentically speak to that topic with your expertise. The best content creators aren't the ones with the most expensive setups, they're the ones with the best ideas. And your best ideas aren't hiding in other people's content or the latest trends, they're sitting in your business right now. If you run a business doing over $3 million per year and you want our team to systematically extract content ideas from your business and turn them into videos that drive leads and sales, you should apply to work with my company, Media Scaling. The link to apply is in the description below, and on that page, you'll also see our full case study training that breaks down how our content systems work in detail. We're extremely selective about who we work with because we want long-term partnerships and have limited bandwidth, but if that sounds like you, make sure to check out the case study training and apply to work with us now. Also, make sure to share this video with someone else who should see it. Hit that subscribe button for more weekly trainings like this one, and I'll see you in the next video.